Check it, I just feel like there's some deception in our lives. Check it out. I just like to write music during my spare time. Don't care for recognition, not a winner or a loser, not in this for competition. I'd rather use the energy to work on making a difference, because words create wars. If you're not paying attention, take a look at the sickness that is polluting our earth. It seems men don't remember we were produced by dirt. All of the beauty of nature, we don't forget what it's worth. We just take what we want without a care what we hurt, because humans are first and everything else comes last. Yo, that nature thing with jiggers is the part of the past. And when we think of brain, the first thing we think of is cash. We should have planned it with disrespect by filling it up with trash. There's gotta be a solution to put a stop to pollution. I am refusing to believe delusion we call life. It seems to me that we're losing what it means to be human. Our evolution's got our kids confusing. It's not right. Tell me what has happened into our home. As far as we know it, we're in this universe alone, but still we kill because we feel we can make it on our own. Our kids are used, abused, confused, right and wrong. This life is crazy, and before I was a baby, the government already had us plan to rape me. This hell, there's no escaping it. We failed as homo sapiens. Now I'm gonna keep it serious, whatever Satan is. We have destroyed this Garden of Eden. No, I don't believe all this garbage they're feeding. I'm done. My heart has been screaming for freedom and living as one, and being connected to everything under the sun. I wanna just run, but where do I run to? Look at this world and thinking, what does it come to? People fighting over paper and all the beliefs. We're caging our animals and destroying our trees, just polluting our air with all kinds of disease. We've all been deceived, the false to believe in Adam and Eve instead of rabbits and bees and all of the things. Look at the matters at hand. It's a part of the plan to believe in the man and to lose faith in the nature, to damage our hearts and just to fill it with hatred. Getting back to the basics, getting my food from the source. I'm not dependent on humans and getting my food from the store. Can't take it no more, the pain and the war. The way they're living is wild, that's why I live in the wild. It's the only place I know that you can live in the now. People, they live in denial, thinking that AC's real, because they don't really like the way that real heat feels. Now people live and die just to pay these bills. So disconnected from our roots with concrete in our boots. If it's for the loot, you best believe they'll shoot. I sure as hell don't want to be a part of that. I know the center of this earth is where my heart is at. I'm headed back on this path to where it started at. And when I get there, trust me, I ain't never coming back. It is there I find my truth, and that is where I'll lie. Somewhere out in the wild is where I'll live my life. In the dwellings of this earth is where I will survive. By old age, climb a mountain, that is where I'll die. That is where I'll die. Somewhere on the mountain, that is where I'll die. On the mountain, that is where I'll die. Thank y'all. Shape you into the woman or man you're supposed to be. And I'm blessed. Check it. I'm just a poor kid from Des Moines, searching for my best offer. Unfortunately, my destiny was never set proper. It's kinda hard being a stepfather, but spiritually this experience has only sent me a stepfather. Learning how to be a man and a child at the same time, trying to figure out how to father a child that ain't mine. This is new to me, though truthfully, this is who I choose to be. I knew this be a challenge, cause the child is a human being. It's hard enough when you have to raise yourself. Not only that, that, but the system's designed to take your wealth. But we're quiet cause your compliance is what pays the bills. It pays the bills. It pays the bills. It's hard enough when you have to raise yourself. Not only that, but the system's designed to take your wealth. But we're quiet cause your compliance is what pays the bills. It pays the bills. I was in a dark place at heart. That was all great, it was all great till I found out the hard way that it was ours. Wait, DK, I think you have completely lost your mind. Now that you're talking to yourself, you have finally crossed the line at the border of insanity, trying to create a family while fighting for humanity in this physical fantasy. How can it be easy? That child is now a man to be. He needs you to teach him about the planet and how to plant a seed, and how the ecosystem is now an ego prison because of one evil vision. Money talks and the people listen. So pay attention to everything that you do, because Dion, that child's greatest lessons are coming from you. It's hard enough when you have to raise yourself. Not only that, but the system's designed to take your wealth. But we're quiet cause your compliance is what pays the bills. It pays the bills. It pays the bills. Learning how to be a man and a child at the same time. Trying to figure out how to father a child that ain't mine. This is new to me though, truthfully. This is who I choose to be. I knew this be a challenge cause the child is the human being. When you have to raise yourself, not only that, but the system's designed to take your wealth. But you're quiet cause your compliance is what pays the bills. It pays the bills. It pays the bills. It's hard enough when you have to raise yourself. Not only that, but the system's designed to take your wealth. But we're quiet cause your compliance is what pays the bills. It pays the bills. It pays the bills. So my experience of being a stepfather has taught me that I've been my stepfather this entire time. Not having my own father being the man that he's supposed to be in my life to teach me. And it just becomes that much harder trying to do this. And I express it through this music, and that's what makes me whole. I thank y'all. When I'm on the road and you're all alone, know I miss you too. What's up, my man? This is Check it. Uncomfortability brings me into a state of mind. Open, pure focus, transcending space and time. This is trend setting from North Carolina to the state of mind that's IA, where I'll be MIA on this sacred grind. I'm a rapper, but you know the creative kind. I started writing these lyrics around the age of 9. My personal experience is how I shape a rhyme. God gifted, I was made with the great design. 23, 5'11", black and proud. July 7th, predicted I'd be a rapping child. Astrology has always seen the star in me. Chemistry recently discovered that piece in me. My stunning smile leave you starstruck. I leave your local chemist in my stardust. I'm far beyond physics, opening portals with hieroglyphics. I become immortal by the time you get this. My time is endless. They say what I'm doing is monumental, but in my mind it's simple. Love, joy, peace is my essentials. Yo, it's DK, I do this each day. The steps I'm walking in life would make your feet ache. You couldn't walk in the shoes I don't wear. I'm a visionary whose visions are so clear. So with my bare feet, I walk through life carefully with clarity. I'm prepared to be more purified than the air we breathe. I'm connected to every tree. It's in the roots of my genetics. My flow's like water, thick as blood. I promise every time I rap you gon' get this love. I will not give this up. It's in my existence, and I know I'm on the road and I am far away. But Betty, I would never ever give my heart away. And to all my siblings, y'all been with me along the way. As soon as my training is done, I'll be on the way. Join me on this journey as we journey through my journal. Mom and Dad, you know that your son, he missed you too. Join me on this journey as we journey through my journal. Brothers and sisters, you know that your brother missed you too. Join me on this journey as we journey through my journal. My lovely lady, you know that your man, he missed you too. Join me on this journey as we journey through my journal. Family and friends, just don't forget that I miss you too. Yes, Just don't forget that I miss you too. I'll be in New York, doing my own thing, but don't ever forget that I miss you too. I know you feel all alone, I left you all at our home, and I'm on the road, but I love you, girl. You are my world, but for now I'm gone, but just know I miss you too. I miss you too. Thank you. Thank you.
So you guys know how sometimes you got a really good friend, and maybe you want something more, but you don't know exactly what you want, but you got to get it off your chest. That's this for me. And patience is the truth that I use to get by in times like these. For minds at ease, it's time to breathe, and I can't contain it any longer, cause you shine like the sun and my shades are back at home. But it's silly of me to think that these obstacles last long, and like a prescription, I constantly fill them. So it's time to close the eyes and let the heart feel and be the guiding light. There's nothing realer than truth, and I do got love for the other side, but still I believe that you'd be better on my vibe. So once again, I'll close my eyes and hope you see in due time that age is just a number. Don't create another bind. So I'll give you a kiss and hold you tight, because that's what friends do, right? All right. Thank you, guys. Protection is the role that is seen when reflecting upon the archetype of my being for the planet, animals, woman, and child. Yes, I am my brother's keeper. Call to me when you're down, like a deer in the forest, quietly move around, and like a knight in shining armor, let this ballad show you how I feel about the world and how that love is coming out. How I feel about the world and how that love is coming out. Compassion, unity, and freedom, calling out for us to change. There's no time for reruns, enjoying the rain or getting wet, but we run. Different perspective for purpose completion. Judgment of another is the same as treason, because we are each other, same air we're breathing. As all the messiahs before, coming through in hard times, breathing for the Lord. And there's relation with my life in accordance, predicting all that's sacred in each and every moment that is there to represent the soul, connecting all of us to make the circle whole. Revelation showing no vacation until the end of days, never bowing to Satan. I don't identify as a Christian, we all have spirit, just depends if we listen. Never let nobody tell you how to live, cause we can grow together if we learn to share our gifts. Working for the higher light of our essence, working for the higher lights of our essence. Walking through the forest with the torch flaming white, never looking for the trouble, only defending the light. But sometimes I turn the corner and the trouble's finding out, makes me feel some type of way, and that's the reason that I write. And I know that you know that we all know what we're talking about. Everybody's gotta hustle, let's not knock each other down. Individual lives with individual lives, individual voice in the critical time. Take it and make it, sometimes I'm waking and baking, helping to interpret dreams, so my heart I'm not faking. Deep breath, triple multiplied like the eyes. Inhale, exhale, soul, body, and the mind. Consoling these three in the troubled times. Follow the intuition like a lamp in the night. And one more time, yeah. Never let nobody tell you how to live, cause we can grow together if we learn to share our gifts. Working for the higher light of our essence, working for the higher light of our essence. Bring the shine of your vibe, manifest the dreams in time. Yeah. Bring the shine of your vibe, manifest the dreams in time. Yeah. Alright. Gotta keep it steady, but I'm bringing positivity, cause I know what I'm focused on is making how I be. And constant stimulation of our senses in this dimension is a simulation, simultaneously showing we're a vibration. So we will control our destiny and no abomination, just the best in we. At the rate of this race, the world is testing we to be the better people that we're ready to be. So let's share our emotion and hope that when we meet, like practicing yoga, we breathe to find the ease, working through the judgment, society's qualities, balance, and all sides to be who we really be. Each branch of life is unique like a tree, yet we share one planet, one earth family. Borders and the separations are a scared frequency. Scared frequencies, yes, they are a scared frequency. Never let nobody tell you how to live, cause we can grow together if we learn to share our gifts. Working for the higher light of our essence, working for the higher light of our essence. Manifest the dreams in time. Bring the shine up your vibe, manifest the dreams in time. Bring the shine up your vibe, manifest the dreams in time. Protect them truths with no rhyme, and I want to, and I want to, and I want to rock with you. I said I want to, and I want to, yes, I want to rock with you. Yeah, come on now, come on now. Let's rock, let's rock. All right, thank you guys, thank you everybody, thank everybody in there. Appreciate it.
God is from afar. I know for you accepting compliments is hard, but is it really a compliment if I just acknowledge what you are? When I call you queen, I don't mean it as a title or even as a passive way to say that I like you. I just recognize that sometimes people wear crowns when really royalty is passed down by bloodlines, and you come from the Most High. When creating you, God must have really took her time. Do you mind if I take a moment to admire you and envision what life will be like standing beside you? I'll be your partner in love, overflowing you with affection so you have more than enough. In the end, I do all this because you continue to fight the world as they bury me. So if in death you're by my side, and in life will you marry me, black woman. Title, The Reason Why. So I've been writing poetry over 10 years, and I kind of get this question a lot. Like, why do you write poetry? What is the thing that inspires you the most? So what better way to respond to that than to write a poem? So the reason why. I tried to write all of it down. Every feeling from every moment of triumph, all the way to the pain that still shakes my bones. Write it down. The dreams of saving my mother from all of her worries. Write it down. The feeling of graduating college after years of doubting myself. Write it down. Seeing my best friend become a father and showing himself that he is just as capable of giving love as he is at receiving it. Write it down. The feeling of being afraid that I will die by the hands of police, but still willing to stand for what I know is justice. Write it down. The tears that paint my journal every time I think of the role I played and the child that I lost. Write it down. The blessing of having a warrior spirit while also knowing the destiny of every warrior is to one day perish. Write it down. How often I feel the need to scream because I don't know if the universe can hear me or if anybody can hear me. Write it down. The irrational amount of hope I have for my friends and family, because I truly think there is something magical in believing with all of your heart. Write it down. How unbelievably sad I am all the time, but still grateful that I can feel something. I have to write all of it for the ones reading this who are still unsure about life, for the future people who may think being vulnerable means that you can't be strong. Write it down. All of it, until there is nothing left to write, until there is nothing left to say, until it all goes dark. So, check. Speaking to the Messiah, almighty provider, I'm asking about what happened with my experience prior, my baptism by fire, forged to be the iron, swore to fight the wars for all the children of Zion, praying that I'm maintaining a certain sense of refinement, trying to be enlightened while also seeking alignment. I look to the sky to answer the question I have struggled with in my mind, but I never happened to find the proper understanding for being reprimanded by God who flooded the whole planet but sent me the first commandment. I was asking the Reverend to give my family protection. He told me to talk to you if I was seeking perfection. So I worship with the purpose, but you gave me neglection. If I made in your image, then come and face your reflection. My cousins were murdered by demons with automatic weapons. If we living in hell, how was life still a blessing? Can you hear me? God, God, can you hear me? Please, can you hear me? God, please, can you hear me? God, can you hear me? God, God, can you hear me? Please, can you hear me? God, can you hear me? Please, can you hear me? God, God, can you hear me? Please, can you hear me? God, please, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Look, swore that you would always walk with me. Time to get this. They told me to never question the very essence of the one responsible for my presence. But I'm hard-headed, fury directed at the message of what you did on the 7th. If you're all powerful, why the hell were you resting? Tell me, how can you tell us to never put any doubt in you when death is bountiful? They say that kids are safe without an ounce of proof. I'm not downing you, as the people still hold your name high. I just hold your name accountable for all the obscene automatic machines that ring throughout the hood, causing disastrous scenes and the pain that it brings to many family trees. I've seen monsters of this world, no psychic girl, but stranger things happen where I'm from. Kids dying over guns. I guess you paid the price when you got insufficient funds. You had 3 days of losing your only one. What about mamas that gotta forever bury their sons? Huh? God, God, can you hear me? Please, can you hear me? God, please, can you hear me? God, can you hear me? Please, can you hear me? God, God, can you hear me? Please, can you hear me? God, is it blasphemous to tell you that you abandoned us alone in our environment and all its disadvantages, blaming us for not overcoming poverty's challenges because we look to you to prove something miraculous could happen in our lives if we kept paying our tithes? When my uncle needed a guide, we pushed him aside. Now they want to charge him with the homicide because he had a 9 instead of a 9 to 5. So I cry for the suffering of him and other men whose entire life is stuck within the cycle of shooting rifles and ducking them. The role models that they follow got 100 clips and say you better load or get shot while buffering. How are you still good and watch people be hurt? Why did Uncle Tom's mom die screaming in church? Why did I lose my grandma at the age of 13? Why do my mother's screams ring in all of my dreams? Answer me. The Messiah, Almighty provider, asking about what happened with my experience. Forced to be the honor, sword to fight the wars for all the children. Trying to be enlightened while also seeking alignment.
All right. So I just have one poem because that's what I travel with. Why is it important to identify myself as a Mexican queer woman? Well, being a queer Mexican woman is the only thing I know I am without doubt. I have not been built to glide through life. No one would ever accuse me of being settled or poised. I stomp through life saying what I think is right. I have been blessed with a curse of being blissfully unaware of limitations. I make unpopular choices, for that is the way the warriors in my family have shown me. The elders in my family have chosen love over money, career over marriage, in times when those choices were unheard of. I go through life saying all of who I am, just in case some of my unpopular choices shines the faintest of hope for those out there trying to make it. I share my experience for the brown person out there, always being reminded that affirmative action is the only fucking way anyone would ever want you. I acknowledge my privilege of being born in a family where education was not an option, but a goal. Where money is not just something to hold on to, but to be freely spent on adventure and friends, where a trip is always the best choice to soothe one's soul, where women are the doers and the males the conspirators. I have been given the chance to be independent to a fault, somewhat selfish and stubborn. I say that with the utmost respect for all the women out there carving their way in a world built to keep them from acquiring a sense of self. It often doesn't occur to me that screaming my love of women can seem unsavory, because who would ever equate love with something perverted? There's something radical about dealing with love and oppression, and on top of that, the oppression of our love. I say it with all its letters when someone trying to avoid titles calls my girlfriend anything other than that. Because no one other than the people in their relationship get to name what their relationship should be called. I'm not in the business of making unpopular choices to be called an activist. I am an activist. because of my choices. I believe in choice, not just mine, but yours. I want forums to be open and conversations to take place where we acknowledge one another and agree to disagree unless safety is at stake. I speak my truth because I have been coached on how to avoid being raped and never been told it is my right to own space. I speak my truth for all those who have been silenced by the hand of man, by the word of God. I speak my truth for the goddess so many have worked so hard to erase from the history of life. I speak all of me at once, for I cannot compartmentalize this love, this skin, this life, everything I touch, everything I love, everyone I meet gets every part of me.
Yes, thank you, Sandra. Everybody give a hand. Yes.
I never thought I'd invite you to my house. I thought I got myself clear. The curtains drawn and a hand over my mouth. I'm wondering how I got here. My hair and I switched all my numbers. I rearranged my bedroom. I told my friends that I no longer loved him. I guess I said it too soon. I see when I look into your eyes, a rage I identify. You seem to speak from the ugly inside me. Now put your tongue in my mouth. what frontier that I will win. I walk a straight and narrow line between shots of what you is and what you not. Petty thoughts read like flattened braille. I won't let your ink in my nail. You can't kill my blood of me. You held against love like a herd of butterflies. 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 Thank you. Good night. Say good night. Oh, playing Chocolattery Stomp on Ingersoll tomorrow night. Left some postcards on the DJ table. Thanks.
Yes, give it one more.
Social media as a relationship goal. If we don't fight like this, he hit her, and boom, across the floor she goes. Hashtag relationship goals. Listen, his touches will be sweet. The only shoving I want is from dream A to dream Z. I'll leave that there and let that be what it's gonna be. So this next one is me. Okay. He asked me on a date. We're getting married. I hope those fuchsia flowers fit in those little fish bowls. Hashtag relationship goals. Pump the brakes. This, my friend, is only a date. You should see this as an event and not confuse it for commitment. Chill. Remember to wait. You want the last wing on his plate. This might be you. I hope not. I can't stand him. He gets on my nerves, but every time I mention my woes, he just folds. Hashtag relationship goals. He's desiring and craving your respect, but all you've done is showcase your home rapping, Tyvek. Now I know it's easier said than done. That's why you're gonna love this next one. She's so irritating. Nag, nag, nag. I just want to plug my ear holes. Hashtag relationship goals. Ignoring her probably won't work. I bet you're tired of hearing, are you listening to me? Then get it through your head. Communication really is key. No, guys, that's really what she needs. We can all relate to this one. Didn't they know I wanted those? Hashtag relationship goals. I mean, they love me, right? Then they should know. Are those really the seeds you want to sow? And it's not just us women. Guys also have expectations left unspoken. But there's one who's done all the taking necessary. I just love the way his word flows. Hashtag relationship goals. He's not lacking in communication skills. He's actually the perfect love mentor, but we won't know that until we put him at the center. I mean, he's the lover of all of our souls. Hashtag relationship goals.
Titled Real Love Lasts Forever. You can hear me? Or you can't hear me? I can hear me. Okay, so you say it's over. You've done all that you can do. But if it was real love, you'd still be stuck together like glue. It's too hard. I've had enough. The fighting has to end. These are the excuses you hear from a spouse to a friend. If this is what God has joined together, then why are you falling apart? Doubt, fear, and mistrust would all be a start. If you continue to keep him first in all that you say and do, your marriage and vows will continue to hold true. Even though life seems to have you broken, continue to heed to the words you've spoken. For when you made a vow between you, your spouse, and the Lord, that meant that you were all on one accord. So when you say the love is gone, you're surely wrong, because real love lasts forever. It doesn't end like a drawn-out song. Ooh.
around me in my circumference. My chakras are aligned, you suckers are out of time. I have transcended spiritually, taking the next step into the realm of spirits. As I weld these lyrics, I'm like an alchemist, turning silver into gold. I'm a poor mixed kid with $1 million flow. I'm way ahead of my time, knowing things I shouldn't know. Got my body, mind, and spirit intact, with spirits to attack. Using my freedom of speech with this lyrical rap. I make them question their existence, so they're fearing the cat. Wait till I have my radio station playing everywhere on the map. Out in the streets, spreading positivity and love. I know you'd rather have me in the streets, slinging the people drugs. I'm an error in the system, be entertained by my interchange. One day I look deep within and I never been the same. Yes.
I stayed up all night.
Let me get warmed up.
Cause I was planning a party. Had to get in my shorty, making a smile so rewarding. Trying to make her mine. She called the next day, asked me who I had invited. I told her it's a surprise. She said she was so excited, just can't wait for tonight.
Alright. The moment she walked through the door, my eyes sunk into themselves. I haven't seen her in a day or two, and my corneas were starving for her looks. She is the transparent layer over my perception of beauty. As I went to make my move, I started dancing to tunes and groove, and the world stopped. So I started walking to the other room. She wasn't alone either. She was with my best friend. And I can't help but break down like an old car. She put miles on my heart without even driving. I guess mixed signals get you nowhere. I guess being neutral will work for now. Look at me, a wreck. And all I wanted was to drive her crazy.
And I stayed up all night, watching myself in the mirror. Can't make this pain disappear. Heart broke like my chandelier. Why was not good enough? Cause you're just on my mind too much. I can't help it. I don't wanna give up, no. You know you drive me crazy. Can't get you off my brain. I'll never be the same. She called the next day, wanted to apologize. Got way too drunk, way too high. Now how she planned out her night, things just happened so fast. And we stayed up all night. Never learn, you say it hurts and do the same thing. You're down to earth, but when it comes to love, you're getting played. Crying on my shoulder, body language miscommunicating. And then you're dating some dude she trusts from baby and most. Like 2 weeks later, I wait another week. Now you're telling me you hate him. Wait another week and it's back to it's getting faded. To me all the time, how much we're alive. Why do you keep playing these games with my mind? I don't know why you're hiding the way you are now fighting. There is no use denying. Now yeah, I can see you are lying to yourself. I don't know why you're hiding the way you are now vibing. There is no use denying. Now yeah, I can see you are lying to yourself. I should quit, but I can't just, I'm addicted, yeah. Swear you're scheming on my weaknesses. Just wish you'd see it like I see it. We'll be worth it. Now I'm not saying we'll be perfect. I'm just trying to make it hurt less. Yeah, I'm so tired of seeing you broken. What's up, Jose? Long time. That's my roommate. Yeah, I'm much paralyzed. Why do you keep playing these games in my mind? I don't know why you're hiding the way you and I are vibing. There is no use denying. I can see you are lying to yourself.